Did you know there are 5 very important projects that are happening around our city right now? They impact the neighborhood, they impact the people, they impact the infrastructure. They were written about in the latest July and August issue of Avenue magazine, and the writer, I know, I've done articles with her for newspapers, for the Globe, for other things. So I reached out to her, and we're gonna have a conversation with her. We're gonna talk about these projects. And first, the big one is the arena. Now, I don't know about you, but I've gone to more concerts in Edmonton than I've gone to in Calgary over the last, 5, 6 or so years. Rogers Place in Edmonton has really taken all of the big shows and they play up there, and they're not playing down here in Calgary. Now, I don't think we need a new arena just for shows, but this has been one of the hottest topics and points of controversial conversations in our city. And what is happening? Well, just recently they dug ground, they announced it, they showed renderings. It looks great. I mean, the renderings themselves doesn't fully show what is really happening around there. And we got a great perspective from Jimena. So what did she think about this?
What has been more surprising has been the part now that it's announced. And looking at the renderings, it's interesting.
Yeah?
Yes. So more than the building itself, the surroundings don't necessarily match the context in the plans, in the CMLC master plan. Yeah, it's interesting. And it's also kind of behind the BMO Center. Because you can see there's this vibrant commercial street where you can see kind of a lower rise building commercial area. And it's I don't think that's what's there. It's interesting.
Yeah, sometimes in renderings, I've noticed they kind of make up the surroundings to make the building look good.
Yeah.
in some, which
As a
is
former architect.
Oh, actually, yeah, right here, you can see it.
Yes.
In the pictures there, right?
It's I'm not sure. I really haven't gone there again to kind of see it. Oh, sure, you can see this.
I don't remember.
But it doesn't seem quite right. And then what else can we see? Yeah, there's supposed to be some high rises behind it. So right there. So I'm still not sure how it's going to not be what it currently is, which is parking lot that sits empty most of the time, the 2 buildings there that might get busy.
They might develop around it. They might.
There's a plan. But again, I guess that's one of the things I did find out while writing about this, is that the plans that CMLC has for the area aren't mandatory. Where nobody has to follow them.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is the vision. That's where we're at right now.
Which is quite good.
Yeah.
But in the end, you never know how soon. I mean, it will obviously take a long time to be finalized, but you never know what will change and what side. Basically, my main concern is parking.
Yeah.
Because even though there's going to be another LRT station nearby.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if in the end it's going to be okay, sure, we can have all those lively spaces around it instead of parking.
Totally.
So we'll see. We'll see.
There are some real positive and negative effects of any big project. And this is a massive project. And it's going to take potentially all the way till fall of 2027 until we as Calgarians can actually start using the new arena, Scotia Place. So what do you think about it? Put it in the comments. Is this good? Is this bad? There's talks of more multi-family type projects being built around there. Yeah, the noise, like she said, that is going to be something that is going to be more constant if we have more of an entertainment center. But ultimately, I think this is a good thing for the city. Yeah, it's coming costs from the taxes, from the city, from the people, all of these things that are going out there and coming around. You can be on either side of the fence. At the end of the day, when Calgary is changing and Calgary is growing, we need to have facilities that keep up with that. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited to have more big concerts, to have more big shows, to have more events that we can connect with as a city, go to, not just necessarily all around the Stampede, but we can have things that are more year round. And hopefully this is a venue that can facilitate that. So the second project that Jimena put into this article it's called Midfield Heights. It's in Winston Heights in Mountainview. Now, if you know where that is, as soon as you go on Deerfoot Trail and you go on 16th Ave, up the hill, heading west, at the top of the hill on the right, this is where this project is happening. Now, for decades, there has been a mobile park in that area, and that has now been dismantled, and they are fully changing that land into something else. What is it going to be? Well, it's going to be something very similar to what will rival something like University District, East Village, places like that. Now, I know some people do not love this idea, especially those that possibly lived there for decades. And there's some of them, like Jimena said, are having a hard time finding new homes still. Did you end up talking to anyone that was in that park, or anyone, like maybe the past owner? Like, is there any stories of anyone that is impacted by that?
I did not. I couldn't trace any of the people who used to live there. But just reading the news, like it really does sound like people weren't super pleased of being displaced.
Was it owned by one owner? I would assume so.
But I'm not entirely sure, trailer parks, how they operate. Like the land is owned by, I don't know, a rate or something.
Yeah, so usually it's owned by an individual or a corporation, and then they lease the land, the plot, right? And then they have a monthly fee of whatever to use that space.
Exactly. So, so the owner sold, and I'm not entirely sure what the people who were there. I mean, I'm sure they were compensated because there was talk about it. But like one of the latest news I got to read about it was that some people had still not found a place to like live, right? Like they had been just like hopping around since they were displaced. So that's pretty sad. And well, like especially like I don't think in Calgary we've ever done this, but it's like the right to return, right? If you're displaced and then development happens, like in Vancouver, they do it a lot.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, or like things with.
I've never heard of that here.
Oh no, me neither. So that's why I'm saying that it probably doesn't happen here.
I don't think so.
But with the Broadway plan, for example, in Vancouver, all the renters who are being displaced by redevelopment, they have the right to return.
So, like to purchase something first or rent something from the developer, the new owner.
Exactly. And I don't think that was done for this. I'm not even, like at the time I wrote it, it seemed unclear if there was going to be any affordable housing, for example, at all. And I'm still not entirely sure. There's one lot that's not for sale. And I don't know if that's the one that they are saving for affordable housing, maybe.
But what gets me really excited about this project, and I believe many residents around the area are also excited because Jimena did talk to them and this is what they were saying. And so there is the displacement side, which is unfortunate. However, there's also what is going to be there. And I have my thoughts, but what are your thoughts on what is being created there, and how is that going to impact the surrounding neighborhoods?
Well, according to, like, I did get to speak to people who live in the surrounding neighborhoods, they're actually happy about it. Because it's going to bring in like mixed use commercial areas that they don't really have in Winston Heights and Mountainview. The only grocery stores they have is that Co-op. On 16th Ave.
And there's really not a lot of amenities on that side of 16th, even if you cross Deerfoot. Like, there's just not a lot right there.
So that's going to really reinvigorate and make the adjacent neighborhoods more vibrant. It is a little bit disconnected from the neighborhoods, but still, like, it's closer, even if you have to drive there, or maybe a bit of a longer walk or bike ride. It's something that is going to be like really beneficial to, and it's also neighborhoods that have been decreasing in size, so and population wise.
That's right.
So it is good that more people are potentially going to move there.
So personally, knowing people who live close to places like University District, East Village, areas that are walkable, even like Marda Loop, right? Marda Loop was probably one of the first kind of areas that had a lot of shops, a lot of things that were happening that you could walk to. And those types of areas are great. The fact that you can park your car at home and you can walk to the grocery store, you can go to Village Ice Cream, you can go to all the different places that you want to go and you can walk there. This is huge, especially for those. So let's think of the location of where Midfield Heights is going to be. Midfield Heights is right on Deerfoot Trail. So if you look at a map, the areas that it's going to affect the most are places like Renfrew, which is right on top of the hill north of Bridgeland. They have some amenities, but if you go down the hill, you have to go down into Bridgeland to kind of find some of that. But again, there's no like big grocery stores. The only thing that like Renfrew, Winston Heights, Mountainview, even those communities like Malin Heights, Vista Heights across Deerfoot, they only really have like the co-op that's on 16th Ave there. And so if there is more amenities, more things that come to that area, this is going to be great for these areas. Some of these neighborhoods are in the decline. People are leaving them. And if there is something that shows up, which it is, and it is good, which it hopefully will be, it will turn into a great neighborhood that allows people to park their cars, walk to areas and amenities, and bring some revitalization to that area, especially because that area, if you're on Deerfoot, you could jump off, go get whatever you need there and continue on your way if you're driving that way, or on 16th Ave. So it's such a pivotal pocket of the city. And personally, I really hope we see more of these across the city. Actually, Jimena had one project that she wanted to put in the article that she didn't, and you're gonna hear about that at the very end. So stick around because that project is pretty cool too. So project number 3 is all about something that has been talked about in Calgary for decades, the Greenline. And the Greenline in Ramsay specifically is one of the ones that kind of seems like it actually could go ahead. And so we don't fully know the location of it. We don't know where it's gonna be yet as of shooting this. I've looked and I haven't found anything. We know rough areas of where it will be, but regardless, again, Ramsay is another neighborhood that has been slowly losing people. And truth be told, there's really not a lot of amenities. Now, a Greenline, a station, is not gonna bring amenities closer physically, but what it does is it brings it closer time-wise, right? So if you're able to live in an area, jump on the transit, and able to go and get what you need a lot quicker, all of a sudden that distance has shortened. And that is what is going to add an advantage to Ramsay and Inglewood as well. The location of it, I'm not even fully sure.
I'm not even full. I don't think it's been the exact location of the station has not been determined.
Announced, because I couldn't find anything.
No. It's like in that general area, right? So there's like the art studio spaces by, what is it, 12th?
12th and 17th or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's the Lilydale.
Chicken thing.
But all of that, like, where exactly, like the alignment,
because there's a bunch of green space right by the train tracks, and there's things there.
And that green space is actually going to be turned into some kind of greenway. So that is something that is going to bring some amenity other than train. The other transit. To the neighborhood, so that is quite good. But like the exact, and I'm pretty sure that even to this day, despite like the recent announcement, there is no like, this is exactly where the station is going to be. I don't think we know yet.
Yeah. On one side you got industrial, the other side you got Stampede, the other side you've got train station or railroad tracks.
Yeah.
And so they are really kind of cornered, Ramsay specifically, into this area, and kind of it's they're kind of an island.
Yeah.
And so if there is some of that green line that does go through there, not only, I would assume there would end up being an easier way to get over to Inglewood for pedestrians.
Yeah.
Because right now, only one way is under that bridge, I think. Is that 12th?
It's 12.
Because if you got train tracks.
Right, there was another way, but it's closed.
I think so,
yes,
yeah. So it's very, very cut off in a lot of ways. And so I think not only is that just going to bring transportation, I hope it could actually start connecting that community, because it is.
And bring amenities, because that's another thing.
Yeah.
That Inglewood is nice to go and, like
you got
visit
the cool shops and you got all this stuff.
But if you live there and you want to go get milk,
you're going to.
You have to go to Lina's or something that's a little.
That's right.
Yeah, like they don't really have like a.
I was trying to even think what grocery stores were there. My barber's there, but that's all I know.
Yeah, that's what makes it, like, it's a great place to visit. It's more of a destination, but if you live there, you really have to drive somewhere, because you can't be doing all of your groceries at Lina's.
Yeah.
I would think. I would not.
I know.
I would love to.
Now, project number 4 is one that I'm kind of a little bit more excited about. And the reason is because so many projects in Calgary, when they get developed, they get started, they get built, they don't do it in one area of the city. And that's the Northeast. The Northeast does not typically get new bike lanes, the new projects, the new infrastructure. Typically, that's built in a lot of the other areas of the city, but I hope that's changing. And here's what is happening. There is a new Calgary pathway and bike lanes called the 5A Network, and they're gonna start it in Martindale. And hopefully this is gonna go across the city. But if you think of Martindale specifically as a neighborhood, there's a lot of cars, there's a lot of speeding, there's a lot of reasons for this to be started here. The city chose, or the project developers chose, this area because of the high traffic, the high collision rates, as well as the mental health of those that are living there. So they want to provide something that is going to connect them within their community so that you feel a little bit safer to bike or walk to shops and areas, as well as getting in the future, getting to other neighborhoods as well. You tell me, are there any bike lanes in the Northeast? Because I can't think of any bike lanes in the northeast part of Calgary, specifically northeast or east of Deerfoot. I can't think of any. And so something like this is a great thing for that area to basically allow people to get out and feel safer and just move around their neighborhood. A big reason this is happening is it's going to connect over 14,000 Calgarians to more public schools, to shopping, to amenities, and it's really removing the barriers of mobility, which is huge for that area. Now, the final project, but again, there's one after this, so this is not the end of the video, but the final project that was in the article is all about Vivo. So Vivo has been around for a very, very long time, serving thousands of Calgarians up in the northern part of Calgary. And so it is a great recreational center. It's right beside the Notre Dame High School. There's movie theaters, a landmark movie theater up there, and there's a lot of amenities for that area. Now, it's not one of those that you probably walk to unless you live really close. It really is a driving destination. But regardless, it's a great rec center that is made for the northern part of the city. What's really interesting about this project is that in 2004, it served about 75,000 Calgarians. And fast forward to 2024, it's now serving about 170,000 Calgarians. And over the next 2 years, we're gonna add another 20,000. Almost 200,000 Calgarians are in this area that Vivo can serve. So they wanna expand on the building, on the facility itself. But what I was really surprised with, Yamina, that's not necessarily talked about in the article, is this.
What I heard from the community, though, is that it's expensive.
Oh.
It is too pricey for the people who live around there, who don't qualify for the fair entry pass for low-income people. They want it to be affordable.
Yeah.
Like they love it. They love the idea. They need this kind of spaces. They just wish they could, like it was within reach. It didn't feel like a luxury.
And to be able to use it more often.
Yes. Like they've done great things, with like creating spaces for like. They call it something, but it's like just free roaming.
Okay.
Like unprogrammed spaces.
Hangout spaces and
yes, and just like work out and play.
Yeah.
And things that would be like more culturally appropriate, but at the same time, it's like, okay, so we built this for you, but also we didn't consider that your income is that you're neither low income nor high income.
Yeah.
So you might be able to come here once a month.
Yeah.
Which is better than nothing.
Yeah.
But I think people would like to be able to go more often.
Yeah. Now, as Vivo expands, I hope they hear what the people are saying that live around there, because the communities that it serves are so many. You've got Country Hills, Coventry Hills, Country Hills Village, Harvest Hills, Panorama Hills. Those are the main ones that are right around that area. But then as the new ones get built, you're going to be adding in Livingston, Carrington, Lewisburg, and Keystone Hills as well. So there are many, many, many communities that Vivo is serving. And I truly believe that, and I hope that those that are watching, I believe you can make this affordable for everybody. You can make your center into what it needs to be so that it's allowing those that are around the area to use that as much as they need to. That's a huge thing, especially for us as we grow. We got winter. We need to go swimming sometimes and play some racket sports, right? What Jimena said to me when I asked her, what is a project that you wish you would have put in the article that you didn't? And what she told me, I hadn't even heard about. So here's what she said. Is there any projects that you wish you would have put into the article?
Ooh, good question. I think one I would have liked is that redevelopment. Oh my God, I forgot what it's called. Glenmore Park? That shopping center down south by the reservoir.
Oh, Glenmore Landing.
Glenmore Landing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they're redeveloping that?
Yes.
I haven't heard about this.
Oh.
I haven't looked into it.
Oh my God. Okay. It's crazy. The neighbors hate it. But I feel like a comparison between that site and the one up in Winston Heights.
Yeah.
Is the density. Glenmore Landing is so much more dense.
Yes.
So it's interesting. And at the same time, they seem to be wanting to keep where the Safeway is. That's not really going to change. So it's like,
So if buying a new home is what you're looking to do and making a change, and you want to move towards one of these projects, go to this video. We talk about household incomes, what you can afford, and I'll see you over there.